in this update, I'll be talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some altcoins that you guys can watch out. Now, before starting the video, you guys need to understand what's the market sentiment. And see, the market is currently trading at their all-time highs. Bitcoin is trading at their all-time highs. Okay, so we are not on a bear market trajectory anymore. But important ज़्यादा क्या है उससे, you know, understand करना. Let's talk about things logically. So you guys can clearly see that Bitcoin is clearly moving in a clear direction, which is completely bullish. Okay, Ethereum too is doing the same, and you see some of the other alts, the AI narrative as of now थोड़ा ठंडा हो गया और it's a little quiet. Apart from that, rest of the cryptos are moving up. You see Neo, Rune, Render, they are the strong cryptos as of now. Injective too. Okay, but apart from that, you guys need to understand what's the sentiment. So sentiment shows extreme greed. So don't forget, last bull market maybe the sentiment was similar, but Bitcoin kept on making new highs. Extreme greed के trajectory में रहकर we kept on making new highs, and the same went for altcoins too. But this does not mean that last time what happened, this time it will again happen. I don't know why people preach this, but it's not. See, there's no given proof. You can just take some reference out of what happened in the history. We never had an ETF, correct? But now we do have. We never had institutional investment through the books. See, out of the books, whatever they do, we did not know. But by the books, now that we know, so BlackRock is holding, 200,000 Bitcoin. This is holding, or Fidelity is holding this much. We do know about that. Now, let's get on to the charts and try understanding things more better. So you guys can clearly see I have the weekly chart for Bitcoin right here. I have hidden the drawings, but for you to understand more clearly, it's more important to understand this was the high for Bitcoin. Okay. Now, post that, all you guys saw was this high was taken out, and now we are sitting at a better or an all-time high. ये all-time high बन चुका है, but don't forget, it's not necessary that the candle that you guys are seeing is going to be the similar. We can see something like this coming as well, which means ये जो green candle है, we never know that this bullish candle gets converted by the weekend into a bearish one. See, the market is not certain and you need to accept that. You can't be like, no, 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 no. See, Bitcoin ऊपर ही जाता जाएगा and it will continue to. You cannot be like that, and it's better that you don't have an approach like that as well. Now, let's take all of this out and talk about things from an investment perspective. Okay, so let's say that you want to make an investment, and what can you guys do about it? See, in my perspective and in my opinion, I am not your financial advisor. This is just like a reference video, and you guys can take more reference points out of this. The value zone, in my opinion, and the first one is $60,000 to $64,000. I will break it down and filter up the chart from a one-day perspective. So on a one-day perspective, आपको clearly दिख रहा है the trend has been straight impulsive and nothing else. I won't talk about any technical terms so that you guys get confused, or the ones who are still a beginner, they get confused. Logically, you need to plot either demand zones, value zones, or whatever your point of interest is. In my perspective, I find this to be a good demand zone. I'll just draw that down. I'll look and wait for what the reaction is over here. I'll make this green. You guys can watch out this zone from 61,200 to 62,600, or you can consider 61,000 to $63,000. This is the first zone. My second zone and the drawn of liquidity that I've drawn is right here, 52,000. So 50 to 52,000 can be the second zone. So let's say that you're investing 20,000 here, you're investing 50,000 here, and the last one, this is the place where you can invest more. So this is the place which is going to range from this area to this area. आप लोग ये range को देख सकते हो, and try understanding why am I breaking down in three parts. Now a lot of people will tell 40,000. Bitcoin is not going to go 40,000. What are you even saying? See, anything can happen in the market. This is a crypto market, and you guys need to stay prepared for everything and stay prepared for the worst first. And if you guys already have winners, then let it run. So this is from an investment perspective, the levels. Let's say that you are hodling Bitcoin already. Don't do anything. Hodl it only if you are willing to ride the whole trend. Now if you are someone who's very cautious about their gains, simply slack that out, and I can just say that you can offload your gains a little. And if you cannot, or if you do not want to do, then it's up to you. So yes, from a holding perspective, you can simply hold Bitcoin, and if you don't want to do, then you can take off some of your gains and let it ride for the rest. But from an investment perspective, $60,000 to $62,000, if you guys want to make a new entry, or if you are interested in investing into Bitcoin, the second order is going to be $50,000 to $52,000. The third one is going to be $40,000 to $43,000 or $44,000. See, if you invest in zones like these, or if you divide your entries in parts, it is going to help you, better up or level up your average price, which is the most important term that a lot of people do not talk about. People can just mark. You will see a lot of influencers doing this. ये level पे ले लो, वो level पे ले लो. देखो, आप जो level पे भी लो, does not matter. The most important part is what is your average price. If you buy at this level and the market moves from here and then it comes down again. So let me show you with an example. You bought it here, market moved, fine. You gained $10,000, fair enough. Market came back down. What will you do? Your average price is 62. Market is trading at 48. Now, if you don't have money, then so take a look at things logically. See, being a little conservative in crypto market is not bad. Start becoming more greedy for things when you see that a lot of retail fear is there. You see up big crashes, everybody over Twitter being bearish, now Bitcoin is going there. That's where you start accumulating things. Not when everybody is bullish, you are adding more and more size, and then things fall and you call crypto volatile. Don't do that. Now let's talk about Ethereum. So see, Ethereum with this Denken upgrade has outperformed everything. I will show you the weekly chart, and the weekly chart will give you a better perspective of things. Let me remove my drawings and show you things from a better perspective. So you guys can clearly see this was, personally I was expecting a rejection from here. Ethereum did not do, because currently it has two catalysts. One catalyst has been faded out, the Denken upgrade. The second catalyst, yeah, सेकेंड कैटलिस्ट थिंक इन सच अ वे जो प्राइस को और मूव ऊपर करवा सकता है, वो है ये इथीरियम स्पॉट ETF. सो इफ़ यू सी द इथीरियम स्पॉट ETF गेटिंग अप्रूव्ड, आई थिंक दैट कैन बी अ वेरी गुड थिंग फॉर इथीरियम. The market is going to act like this, where they'll be buying the rumor and selling the news. That's going to be quite normal, and everybody can talk about this, but it's more important, can you plot the right zone? See, the ETF gets approved, money institutional flow से ज़्यादा आएगा ही आएगा, but this zone is still going to be important. And I personally think it's not going to be like this, that you see Ethereum going here and उसके बाद भी वो हाईज ही बना रहा है. मे बी थोड़ा सा रिट्रेस करे फिर 3500 तक, 4900 या 5000 जाने के बाद, and that's where you can add Ethereum. Now coming back to the same thing, if you are a trader, what can you do? If you are an investor, what can you do? Let's talk about from the investment perspective first. Let's say that you are an investor and you are already holding Ethereum. Maybe you bought it yo, or wherever. If you are in a profit, let it ride. Do not, offload your gains, or do not offload your position taking small gains. Do not do that with Ethereum. Let the whole trend, give you the move that you wanted to first. If you are not certain about, मेरे को तो नहीं पता Ethereum कहाँ जाएगा, at least wait for this zone. See the reaction here. If you see a rejection from this zone of 4,500 to 5,000, then maybe you can think about selling your Ethereum. But if you see it still moving impulsively, make sure that you set a target, because see, market is not going to move in a straight line. Market will retrace, move more up, again retrace and move more up. It's going to be like that. Your job as an investor is not to predict the price. We can predict the price in such a way that it might go there or it might go here. That's a probability. Nobody can time the market. No, it's going to come here first, then go here first. Okay. Now, what can you do? $4,500 to $5,000 can be a good value zone where you can offload your gains if you want to. But if you do not wanna, simply hold. That's it. Second, from a trading perspective, I think this zone is the zone. So see, this zone of 2500 to 27 or 2800 is going to be the zone where I see Ethereum retracing again, coming back to this zone, rebalancing the move, and this is my demand zone. So my demand zone is this $2,500 to $2,800, where personally I will add Ethereum to if I see it coming. If I do not, I personally, as of now, do not want to do anything. For a smaller retracement, yes, this is a weekly chart and a one-day chart can be completely different. So yes, from that perspective, $3,000 to $3,300 can still be fine and a little conservative. I like taking that conservative approach in crypto. Why? Because the market is very uncertain every time. You do not know what can happen. Now let's talk about altcoins. See, altcoins has this AI narrative, and the AI narrative based coins are performing very nice. Apart from that, my eyes, and I personally am holding Atom, and I'm 20% up in Atom. If you guys want to accumulate Atom, then you guys know it clearly. You guys can clearly see the range. If Atom comes here, simply buy it. That's all I would say. If you do not see Atom coming here, ठीक है, let's take or consider $11.5 तक का range. Okay, so $10 to $11.5 can be a very good zone to accumulate Atom. Why? Because you can see something like this happening, and post that we can pivot or take this out. So if you can buy a Atom here, it's going to be very good. And do not buy Atom here. I am not telling you guys to buy here or buy there or sell there. Since I said this is all, this video can be, or act like a reference perspective. So just take it like that, since I'm not your financial advisor. So in my opinion, Atom ka good buying range is $10 to $11.5. If you guys can get that, make sure that you do not go all in. 50% या और 70% यहाँ इन्वेस्ट करना. $8.8 का चांसेस कम है, बट स्टिल uncertainty के लिए be prepared. The first one was this. The second one is Aptos. See, Aptos can outperform very soon. This is the weekly chart and you guys can clearly see that unlike other cryptos जो पहले के bear market के prices को वापस ऊपर कर रहे होंगे या वापस regain कर रहे होंगे, Aptos का scene वैसा नहीं है. ठीक है, first. Second, you can clearly see Aptos, or you can easily see, I would say, Aptos going $20. Now, what can we do from an investment and trading perspective, which is more important? Investment perspective, if you are holding Aptos, simply hold, don't do anything. If you are a person who cannot, take or, factor in or see a lot of gains, simple है भाई, थोड़ा 50% साइज़ को कम कर दो, थोड़ा गेंस बुक कर लो, अगर रिट्रेस करे और बाई कर लेना, नहीं करे बिकॉज यू वांटेड टू बुक गेंस, सो यू बुक गेंस, रेस्ट 50% को राइट करने दो. मगर if you are a trader and if you want to talk about those key zones, then in my perspective, these two are the key zones. Okay, so this can act as a good value zone that you guys can look at and take that as a reference. $11.7 to 12.2 or $12.1 first. So I am talking about somewhere around, I think, a 10 or a 15% crash. So this is almost a 10% crash, and this is a 20% or a 15% crash. So yes, the first zone is going to be $11.7 to $12 that you guys can consider, and the second zone for me is going to be this that I'll show you guys. This is going to be my second zone where I'll be adding more Aptos. So you guys can consider this zone, which is 9.7 to 10.4. See, having a conservative approach will help you in one thing. First, a bull market is not going to help you with this, that it's just going to move up. Okay, moves काफ़ी volatile होगा. You will see wicks. You will not see the price hovering around the lows and then it will move slowly. No, keep your limit orders on for that. Okay, and this is the zone where you guys can see Aptos. My price targets for Aptos minimum is $20. Post that it can keep flying high. Now the third altcoin that I am holding as well is going to be Injective Protocol. See, Injective Protocol was a good buy here and I posted this on my trading view. Now it is currently again trading at uske all-time highs pe. What can you find as a good zone that you guys can think about accumulating? Simple hai. If you guys see it around 45 to 46 or 46, not 100, but 45 to $47, you guys can think about accumulating it. But if you guys do not see it, don't accumulate, just wait for the price action and then see how is it exactly performing. But from an investment perspective, if you guys already bought the dip or bought the top, or bought not the top but the bottom, simply hold it, do not do anything. But from a trading perspective, wait for $43 to $46, and that's the place where you can simply add more size first and you can wait for 60 or $55. My personal targets, a near term target is 55 to $60. Yes, if you guys are aiming for more, you guys will have to keep your horizon big. I don't believe in that overnight or that 2 3 day swing. I rather prefer holding it and then giving it time. So let your trades mature a little, and then you can see fine the trade is moving in your direction or whatever it is. That's it for today's update, and I'll see you guys in the next video.